Central vibes, where the ladies thrive. Breaking it down, highlights come alive. Crossovers, threes, hustle, don't stop. Women's game shine. We taking it to the top. Handles ridiculous, moves so ferocious. Step backs lethal like poetry in motion. Queens on the court making noise explosion. Game so smooth, no need for promotion. Star Hoop Central, we running the court. Breaking it down, giving fans full support from the tip off to the last buzzer sound. We're here for the love, giving breakdowns profound. Never sleep on this, skill set divine. Buckets dropping like rain, every shot refined. Courts a canvas and they paint with their shine. Passing gems, no look, threads intertwined. Fast breaks, dimes in defense for days. Highlighting greatness in every play. Legends in the making, stars in the fray. Turning up the heat, watch the artistry sway. Star Hoop Central, we running the court. Breaking it down, giving fans full support. Star Hoop Central, we reign in the game. Fast break the logic, no time for delay. Full court press, every word that we say. From zones to the man, the schemes we unweave. Breaking the box score, we don't just believe. Debate in the key where clutch get defined. MVP stats or the heart in the grind. Legends get forged in the fires of our chat. Star Hoop Central, where the real game's at.
What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We got a great show. We got a great show coming. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to all channels, and hit the all notification button so you know every time we go live, drop a video, short, or anything like that. You already know where you're at. You're on Star Central, so act accordingly. We got all the stars aligned. We got your boy Showtime, HD. We got our girl B, and we got Prince. I am Zo Media, one of them ones here to give y'all the greatest basketball tips this week. So listen, we got a lot of topics to get into, but first, how's the panel feeling today? How the panel feeling?
Shit, it's getting lit, man. WNBA is back. Man, we gonna have fun this year. Less negativity. Only basketball truth though. You know, everything about basketball opinions is not negative. It shouldn't be, should be looked at as negative. People gonna see things differently. You know, we just going with how we see it. You know, whatever we see on the basketball court, we're gonna call it how we see it.
Definitely.
If you take it the wrong way, you take it the wrong way. Enjoy the show. Hit the like button.
Hey, show nice. We getting negative in the field.
We finna go off the rail. Like real off the rail. So if y'all might as well just get mad now because it's going left. I'm just letting you know now it's going left on this show. I'm just letting everybody know, my co-host came with that BS hat, but she my dog still and tried to talk all that trash. But I'm here now so we could talk about all her woo woofing over there. So hey, I'm good though. Shout out to everybody out there in the panel. Hit the like button, man. Shout out to y'all. We ready. We ready though. We ready.
For sure. Hey, chat, how y'all feeling? Let me know in the chat how y'all are feeling. How you doing today? I am Zo Media. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just processing. Our kicker from the Ravens getting cut. So I'm just processing. That right now. But other than that, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Hey, all right. Justin Tucker. Zo, they cut Tucker?
Yup.
Yeah.
Hey, too many parlors, baby.
Well, hopefully I Am Zo Media gets through that. But this is a WNBA show, so we're gonna keep it rolling. How you feeling, B?
I feel good. The W is back. We back with all the negativity. We back with all the physicality. We back with all the messed up fan bases. We back with everything. The girls is back. I'm excited.
Facts. Listen, I feel the same exact way. We had a few preseason games so far. Got to see some rookies play, and some ex-rookies play as well. And so that was great to see this week. The W is on and popping and rolling. So I can't wait to get into some of these topics that we have today. The first topic at hand, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into the Chicago versus Brazil game, preseason game. Listen, y'all could go back and watch the live on our pages. We went ahead and did a live by live play of that. Did the live by live play, and we were there, as his co-host to, do some commentary. So go check that out if y'all can. But Chicago Sky versus Brazil, we got to see what we were working with. I like what I saw, but I'm gonna let somebody else go. What were you thinking about that game? As you were sitting there, doing your live by live play by play. What do you think about the Chicago versus Brazil game? Showtime.
The guard play is way better than last year. First of all, and when you got two bigs, you building your team around, you running your offense through, you gotta have great guard play. Shooting. This is a totally different team. Like what B said, she said on in real time, she was like, man, I can sit here and cry looking at this team. They got shooting. We got a good point guard play. This look like a team. Last year, it looked like everybody trying to prove they the main character in the story. Seemed like to me. Man, look, this team is gonna shock a lot of people. Defensively, I'm watching how we playing defensively. Again, we kind of talked about this before the preseason game, having an all defensive performer like Ariel Atkins on your perimeter, Angel Reese as the roamer, Kim Cardoso as the rim protector. That's going to work wonders for this team. I think it's going to be one of the best defensive teams in the league. I like what I saw for Kia Nurse. Again, not too many complaints. Other than I didn't like the minutes I saw from Mariah Jefferson, Rachel Bell in the second half. I was happy to see HVL come off the bench. She showed me that I know what they're doing. A lot of people want her to start. They want her to get her minutes immediately. That's not really how it's going to go. She has to earn her minutes. I think she's going to be on the team. They want her on the team. So, of course, she's going to be on the team, but she's going to have to earn her spot on this team. And I thought she outplayed Rachel Bannell, and she outplayed Mo Jefferson. How many minutes she played? She didn't play a whole lot of minutes, but even in the little small time she's on the court, she's showing me that she belongs in the league. I know it's just one game against Brazil, so I'm not gonna put too much into it. But when we looking at preseason, we're looking at habits, good habits, bad habits, what need to improve. We only going out there. We can't put on all into a preseason game. But what I want to see from Chicago in the preseason, I want to see them build good habits. When you going up against teams like, especially teams like Brazil or teams like they got Minnesota tomorrow, I want to see us build great habits going into the regular season because you only have 3 preseason games. And for the little things I did see, that was kind of something I already predicted. Once you put high IQ basketball players around each other, the team gonna improve. You feel what I'm saying? And you're gonna see Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso. They're gonna their job is gonna be a lot easier on both ends of the court. They spoke about that in the post game, and look, be prepared, man. They're gonna surprise a lot of people.
For sure. That's a great take, Show. That's a great take. What do you think about Chicago versus Brazil, HD?
I went back to replay the game. I was on working that day. I just like the IQ. And what people mean by that when I say IQ is everybody knew where to be on the floor. And if one person was lost, somebody was able to direct them to go to where they had to go to. Whereas last year, if somebody was lost, they just waved them off and just went and did their own thing. It was more individuality. It was more team play. It's some things that I think that need to be cleaned up, which is just the first game. Camilla, I want to see Camilla seal better. I think she could have got a couple balls if she sealed correctly and could have gave a post move. Some of them, like she didn't seal the center that was defending her right. And that's how the center was either able to get the ball, get her hand on the ball, or get her hand on her arm. When you're 6'7", that shouldn't even happen. So that should get better. Mojo and Bantam, I already understand why they're playing. They're on protected contracts. We can't get rid of them right now. Most likely they're trying to make their value go up, which I don't think that's going to help because they're just going to be who they're going to be. If you can at least get 3 to 5 minutes, maybe 8 out of them a game, if not, just put them at the end of the bench. That's all you can do with them right now. So I really wasn't worried about them. Michaela really shocked me because she plays the 4 well as a backup coming in. She did okay. I'm not going to, all you Michaela fans, don't jump out your bridges, okay? Just chill. Like, she was okay. If her body can hold up, her and E Will together will be a good little 1-2 punch in the front court. I thought Becca was good. Becca looked like she's much healthier than she was last year. If you watched her last year for the Mercury, she looked kind of sluggish at times, and she looks like she's finally healthy. Kia Nurse, I told everybody, was a wing player. That was her original position. She played wing. She could play the 2, but she mainly was a wing. She was out of position last year. I think she'll be okay. I'm not saying she's going to change life for us and just hit threes all day, but she was cool. And I just love Angel being able. Angel looked like she looked like she was more refreshed this year. She looked like it was okay if she made a mistake, like she got out of it. So I thought the game was good. The pace was good. I don't like that lineup with Mo, Rachel, and Michaela. I don't want to see that lineup ever again. Throw that lineup away. That lineup was trash. It was trash as heck. I was about to break my remote. Maddie's going to get better with time. I felt like we shouldn't have let Tilly go. I seen some in Tilly. I didn't think they gave her enough time. But hey, who knows? Like I said, those 2 contracts are messing us up. But I give us a B- C+ for the first game. That's what I give.
Okay, cool. What about you, Prince? What you thinking?
See, let me say this, man. In the preseason, I don't care about wins and losses. I need to see individual and team improvements each game. Their defense on the perimeter was vastly improved. Getting skinny on screens, cutting off penetration, forcing tough shots. I don't care if you playing against the bitty basketball team down the street. Effort means everything to me when it comes to basketball, because at the end of the day, it's basketball. What is your mindset, no matter who you playing? And that's what championship teams have. They have a consistent mindset all season long, and that's something I'm going to be watching from Tyler Marsh. I don't give you no grace. I know what goes into being a good basketball player. I know what goes into working on your craft. I don't give grace. I need to see improvement. If you don't make improvement, you got to get going. Look, I like what I seen from players I was hard on this offseason, like Michaela's. Wasn't sure what Rebecca Allen and Kia Nurse could bring. I know what kind of players they are. They're inconsistent shooters, but I know what kind of players they are. They had a okay. Rebecca Allen had an okay end of the second quarter. She kind of scared me in the beginning, but she had an okay end the second quarter. I did go back and watch it. She did have 2 threes that rimmed in and out, so I'm not gonna be too hard on her. But again, for me, it ain't about the wins and losses. It's about the improvements and the X's and O's, the mindset. Do you know what you're doing on the court? Kind of stuff that I look for, and they did look like they've been practicing on cleaning things up from last year. The perimeter defense, the penetration, the running the floor, the moving the ball. Ariel Atkins and Angel Reese at the top of your break on defense is going to help Camilla, help Rebecca, help Kia Nurse on that back end so much, because they both have good hands. They both know how to blow up screens and get over instead of chasing. And they're both very, very destructive with deflections. So getting out in fast break. Let me say this. Angel Reese being able to get the rebound and run the break is going to help Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins in transition. because they're both smart. So I do like that Vandersloot lets Angel Reese catch the rebound and she just takes off. I showed it in my film breakdown that I did of the game. I love that some point guards get in the habit of waiting on the ball. Vandersloot, that shows you the difference in some point guards versus those who just want to be in transition all the time. Like, she's very smart. Her ability to just let them be them is going to help them. And you just, as the veteran Vandersloot, you just show up when needed. Help them mature, help them grow, help them overcome errors, and you just show up when it's needed. That's what veteran point guards are there for. They're not there to get 12 assists. They're there to get the right assists. So I'm not going to be too hard on Vandersloot as long as she's doing the right things for this team and helping them progress and get over those humps and hurdles that there was over with, especially with two core rookies. And let me say this. Stop saying we got two bigs. We don't. Angel Reese is in the center. I never understood that. I never understood. I've been correcting people on that for 2 months. Chicago does not have two bigs. Angel Reese is not a center. Angel Reese is a big wing. She's not a center. We don't have two bigs. We got one big and we got a bunch of athletic and talented wings, which gets you over the hump, which we didn't have last year because I had this conversation with Showtime offline. Teaspoon did not let Angel Reese be Angel Reese last season. Go back and watch. That's not what Angel Reese actually does. So that's why her getting 17 and 16 rebounds this year is not far-fetched. With 5 assists is not far-fetched. Angel Reese needs to be the utility knife for this team to get over the hump. She was not that last season. She was just the dog. The dog gonna only get you so far. It's gonna only win you so many games. It's gonna only motivate so many people. Let her be the utility knife and let the dog just come as she goes. But that's my take on the game. I don't care about the wins and losses. I just need to see improvements.
For sure. That's a great take. Go ahead, B. What you got?
My fault, y'all. The internet. But I agree with Zoe. I agree with all of y'all. I think what Zoe just ended with Angel being a utility knife, I do agree that that's what can get this team over the hump. You got to allow her to do the things she's comfortable in doing. And she's comfortable in bringing the ball up. She's comfortable in being that leader and facilitating and getting rebounds and doing all the dirty work. I think a lot of people are pressuring her into being a big when she isn't, being a score first player when she isn't. Yes, it's going to help us if she can score the ball and score the ball efficiently, but it's going to help us more if she can do the things that she's comfortable with doing out there on the floor, playing defense, getting rebounds, getting out in transition. As far as Vandersloot, all I need is for Vandersloot to make everybody else's life easier. Last season, everything looked hard for the Chicago Sky, night in and night out. It never looked easy. It never looked like everybody was comfortable. Everything was jumbled and just meshed together. Courtney Vandersloot is there to make sure it don't mesh together, but mesh together in the right way. Courtney is there to make sure it's put together like a puzzle piece, not like it's Play-Doh. And I think she can do that. We didn't see much from Ariel Atkins, but I think Ariel Atkins is the type of player that is okay with deferring, but there when you need her. Like Sho said, we now got defense on all 3 levels with Ariel Atkins at the perimeter, Angel being that free safety, and Camilla protecting the rim. We got to also remember that Kia Nurse is not a walkover on defense either. Like, she plays defense as well. The one thing I was excited about was the bench outside of Rachel Banham and Mo Jefferson. Beck Allen, E. Will, and Michaela, they look good together. That defense together with all 3 of them look good. Michaela was the one who was primarily on the perimeter. Beck Allen was that free safety, and E. Will is the one who protect the rim in that second unit. I wouldn't mind if HVL played with that second unit. I don't think we can play Rachel Banham and Mariah Jefferson together.
No.
They
at all.
don't feed off each other well to me. Rachel Banham is the type of player like I wouldn't mind her playing next to Haley Van Lith because her shooting will make Haley Van Lith life easier with going to the basket. Now, will she make half those shots? Probably not. But people know Rachel Banham want to shoot the three. It's just gravity. They just not gonna just leave her there. They gonna at least edge out. And HBL can penetrate off of that. But I wouldn't play Rachel Banham and Mo Jefferson together. I probably wouldn't play neither one of them at all. I probably go with Maddie Westbell and run a bigger lineup before I do Rachel Banham and Mo Jefferson together. But those other three, Beck Allen, Mick, and E. Will, I like them coming off the bench. I guess Beck Allen is gonna come in for Angel. I'm not mad at it. She got the length. My concern with that lineup is will they be able to rebound? Because Beck Allen got the length. She don't have the size to me, but she got the length. So like Zoe said, I'm really trying to see how the development goes. Angel and Camilla should take a jump this season. Sloot should look better. I want to see how Sloot helps Haley, because this is a perfect opportunity for Haley Van Lith to actually learn something if she's serious about becoming a point guard. But I don't even care if she do become a point guard, because I think she's more natural as a two. So the sky is interesting. I'm excited though. I'm excited.
Sure.
Key, you on mute, Key. You on mute. Y'all can hear? I can't hear.
I can't hear her either.
You on mute. You gotta get out that Puerto Rican headphone.
Man, B brought that bad luck hat on. That's what happened.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Go ahead.
I don't know what happened. My bad, y'all. My bad. Look.
B bad luck.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, all great takes though. All great takes. Y'all just, broke that down so precisely. Chat, if you don't feel educated, then I don't know what, y'all. I don't know what. But look, let's get on a cadence. Because y'all not active enough for me in the chat. When I ask the panel a question, I expect y'all to answer it in the chat. I can't read it, but I see it. Okay, so I need the chat to answer whatever I ask the panel. Y'all not active enough for me. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. All right. But look, I'm gonna just give my little quick one too. I thought the Chicago versus Brazil game was great. You know what I'm saying? She was, Haley, Angel got to go back to the PMAC, full circle moment for the both of them. It's Haley's rookie year. Ironically, she should have been in the same, class as Angel, but Angel is 1 year ahead. They got to see Moki again. Angel and Haley recently made a comment saying LSU got me prepared for the WNBA. And I thought that was a big deal finally, because people had the wrong idea about Kim Moki when it came to Haley Van Lith. So for her to give her props and LSU props about getting her ready for the WNBA, I thought that was great. So full circle moment, great for them to go back to that homecoming place. Camilla looked pretty good. She looked pretty good. Obviously, we want to see more, but it's the first game. Let's see what she does in the next game. Angel looked great. As usual, she looked great. Very rare that she has like bad games. But she looked good. I did feel like she was being herself. There was a comment that I made to Showtime, talking to him personally, and I said one of the things I do get frustrated with when it comes to Angel, that I feel like fans who don't like her, and even her own fans don't realize that they're doing to her, is they limit her game. A lot of people limit Angel Reese to just a rebounder. She's just a defensive player. She's just a rebounder. And Angel quite literally is everything you need her to be. She's the dirty player. She is going to do everything you need her to do. And she has offense as well. How she gets that offense is neither here nor there. It may not look pretty. It may not be the best mechanics, but she's going to get it. And so what I would love for people to stop doing, you know what I'm saying, people to do is stop limiting Angel Reese. She can do everything. Okay. Angel Reese is, like Zoe said, a big wing, but she also has like that AT type of game. You know, she has the takeover quality, all of that. So she looked good. I think we're going to see a lot of great things from her this season. Sloot looked good. Great, you know, court awareness and vision that we saw there. We got to see a couple of the lineups. You know, I thought that was good as well. Some were better than others, and I'm sure Tyler saw that too. So I'm sure some of them we won't see again. Kia Nurse dropping bombs, that was great to see. Mick looked great, which was surprising. I didn't know what was going to happen. Obviously, seeing her not start, it could have been an indictment on her. So then when she came off the bench and she did what she did, I'm like, okay, there's a vision for her there. It's not like she's just on the outs. She's not doing well, things of that nature. So I think that's good as well, too. E will look good coming back from injury. Okay, that's a big deal as well. Having E will back, injury, smart, veteran, big, or big wing. Sorry, so so I definitely feel like we got some good things going on. Tyler Marsh looked good. I didn't know what we was gonna get from him. That's actually the biggest thing I took away from that. You know, we saw everybody play. I thought that was a good thing, but Tyler Marsh was what I really wanted to see in the coaching staff, obviously. And I like what I'm seeing. You know, I like what I'm seeing. I didn't know he's a whisperer, things of that nature. I was a little scared, you know, but he clearly has a great basketball mind, which isn't shocking at all. And so I'm happy to see that. And see, you know, continue to see what they do with the Sky. You know, they got Minnesota Lynx on Tuesday, tomorrow.
Yep.
So ready to see Angel Reese bully ball and Nafisa Collier for sure. And see a little bit more of what Tyler Marsh does. Energy, the energy between the players, that is the biggest difference. People got better for sure, but the energy between the players was the biggest difference. The jumping up and down, the excitement, the care for each other, all of that was the biggest difference. You could see the tension last year. Hate to say it, because if I didn't have something to compare it to, I could probably come up with a lot of things, but now I have something to compare it to, and it's like, dang, they do look like they're getting along way better. And that makes a world of a difference when you playing with somebody on the court, when you feel like they got your back, when you feel like they actually care about you, your game, things of that nature. And when they critique you, you know, because they're going to celebrate your wins, but also when they critique you, you feel good about it because that's not all they're coming with. So I thought the energy was totally different and it was great, y'all. So I was definitely happy to see that. And I'm ready to see what they do in Minnesota Lynx. Now, that's going to be where we definitely get to see Tyler Marsh's coaching and what everybody really does have. So I'm excited for that game.
I'm gonna say it real quick before we go to the next talk. Couple things.
Yeah.
First of all, I was high on Tyler Marsh when we got him because I know him being around champions, him being around in the NBA games, being on that 2019 Toronto Raptors. He being around, being on the Pacers, then on the Las Vegas Aces as the assistant coach. So he knows the game. He's been around great players. He knows he's good with development. He's good with paying attention to detail, and that's something they've been talking. He's been talking about a whole lot more. Getting his players to be mentally prepared, you know, for just play the game, play a complete game on both ends of the floor. That's what I respect about him. Another thing though, when we talk about Angel, you gotta understand something, bro. How about this? Stop saying she a rebound. She just a great defender. She a basketball player. She just a great basketball player. She wins. We don't look at Giannis and say, oh, he's a great scorer. Giannis just figure out a way to be great. You know what I'm saying? She has a motor that you can't teach. The upside, no, there's no ceiling. Like I said, you're gonna see her get better every little thing. You saw the patience in the paint when she did get the ball. Show a lot more patience. It wasn't forced. All this stuff come within time. People forget these players are 22 years old. We judge her as if she's a 5-6 year veteran. That's the thing to be crazy about. Just calm down. Let these players develop. Year one, all-star, double-double machine, led the league in rebounds, showed versatility on defense. Year 2, we're going to see her. You be like, oh, okay, she got that in her. I already know she got in her. I seen enough. The same player that averaged the most points in LSU in history. With all that being said, with no bag yet. With no bag. Now, keep that in mind. We're going to the next.
For sure, man. All great points, like I said. A couple other preseason games that we got to see this weekend. We're gonna get into that next. With the Fever going against the Mystics in their first preseason game, CC was out with a left leg injury. And then versus Brazil and Iowa, where CC play. From those games, what did we learn about the new look of the Fever? I'm gonna let you take the first go, Zoe.
Offensively, I don't think they'll have no major problems. Their problems on offense will come when it comes to when the game slows down. What does the offense looks like? Will it be a lot of ball movement? Will Caitlin Clark want to play off the ball a little more? The thing about it is, if you look at Stephanie White's coaching tenure, she isn't really a good X's and O's coach. Like, I don't know where that came from. AT was ball dominant. She never found the way. Think about this. She never found a way to get Dejanay easier shots. She never found a way to get Dejanay easier shots. She never figured out how to get Brian Jones in the post and ISOs. She never figured that out. So I don't know where this Stephanie White love comes from. I mean, she was an assistant coach on that championship team. She was people. I want to get to her before I get to the Fever. I don't know.
Steve Kerr.
I don't know where this adulation comes from, man.
Kerr.
What has she actually proven? Like, if you let people just, Fever got Stephanie White, they guarantee the championship. Like, she's some kind of championship pedigree coach. And that's not taking nothing away from Stephanie White. But she ain't Becky Hammond. People acting like she Becky Hammond. I want to know what makes Stephanie White so good. People keep forgetting that was a talented Connecticut Suns team. She let's be honest. She undercoached. I've never seen this in my life where a coach who undercoaches get another head coaching job the next year. Where she thinks she Doc Rivers? At least he got a championship. I've never seen it. The WNBA needs to stop this nepotism going around. They need to stop this fanfare with these coaches. A lot of these coaches ain't really coaching. They not really good coaches. They got buddies in the front offices. Look at boy for the Dallas. How you get fired as a head coach and become a GM? I've never seen that in no sports history. You get fired as an underachieving coach and you become a GM of another team. What? And nobody has said a word. What? This has got to stop. This got to stop. Let's start there first. Let's start with the coach. She got to actually show me she can actually put a team together and go on a championship run. I need to see it from her. She was an assistant coach on that Fever team. That wasn't her team. I don't know why she became this great X's and O's coach, but that's here nor there. She got to prove that to me first. She's a great X's and O's coach. Prove that to me. Because AT looked the same way in her rival. She looked on Connecticut. So that wasn't your system. Dejanay in one preseason game still looks like the same player. That wasn't your system. That's all I'm gonna say right there. Now let's get to these players, man. Look here, man. When the game slows down, will Caitlin Clark defer to Howard, to DeWanna Bonner, who averaged 17 plus, to DeWanna Bonner, who averaged 15 plus? People don't know this, but DeWanna Bonner just came off her high scoring season at 15. She led Connecticut in scoring. So all that, let me tell y'all something about basketball. All that little hoopla they doing with all these press conferences, all these training camp photos, man, I don't care about none of that. Ain't none of that mean nothing to me. Ain't none of that mean nothing to me. Because that, look, if you've been around basketball your whole life, you already know. That happens every year. Every year, everybody goes into training camp, hooplas, throwing parade parties, tinker parties. Everybody think they're going to the championship. I need to see it when the game slows down and those points. See, when those points matter and Caitlin Clark come across half court and shoot up a three, I want to see Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner face. That's gonna let me know. It got moments that let you know if a team really together. All that training camp hoopla in moments. When things matter, then I can have a conversation. They offense, I need to see it work out in moments. They defense, a lot to be desired. None of them are one-on-one good defenders. Unless Stephanie White and that coaching staff can put together a great team defense, good luck not stopping somebody from scoring 100 points. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm out.
Short and simple. Love the breakdown. Hey, real quick intermission. Listen, Angel Reese was on the committee for Met Gala this year. Y'all make sure y'all support. I don't care if y'all never support again, but make sure you support this year because Angel Reese is on the Met Gala. The Met Gala is happening, so make sure y'all support. But look, hey, Zoe, you you got to everything for real. I mean, the coaching, the defense, is Caitlin Clark gonna defer? Is she gonna do the things that she needs to do to win a championship that this team was built to do? But do you have something to add on to that, B?
I agree with Zoe. Stephanie White is a great value. Steve Kerr. She don't have the championships. Steve Kerr got the championship, but they both walked into something good. Steve Kerr was able to do something with his, and Stephanie White wasn't able to do anything with hers. We can't glaze over the fact that Stephanie White had JJ on her team. She had a JJ, a AT, a DB, a Dejanay, and a Brianna Jones and did absolutely nothing with it. She had Beck Allen on that team. She had Natisha Heidemann on that team. Like, she didn't have a scrub team. They just did absolutely nothing. And like Zoe said, I don't know how you undercoach stars. If you're hand a silver platter, how do you turn it into wood? I don't know, but she did. As far as the Fever offensively, I don't think they will have a problem in transition offensively. Offensively, on paper, they should be good. They should be able to score with the best of them on paper. I think Natasha Howard looks a step slow. She looks slow to me. I know they want Natasha Howard that was Defensive Player of the Year and all of that. I don't think she's there anymore. I don't think that's the Natasha Howard that we're going to see anymore. She looks a step slow. DB to me is going to do what DeWanna Bonner do. DeWanna Bonner gets a lot of her points from the free throw line. She
talk about it, B. Talk about it.
Keep it a buck, and we're not gonna glaze over it no more. She get a lot of her points from the free throw line. She get that whistle a lot. In Indiana, she's going to get that whistle. On the road, we're gonna have to see how she do on the road. We got to remember that last season, DeWanna Bonner went on almost a 10-12 game stint where she couldn't buy a basket. She couldn't buy a basket. She's not the best three-point shooter. Will she go down as probably one of the best players to play in the league? Yes. Not discrediting her for that. Her resume speaks for itself, but she is also inconsistent. Kelsey Mitchell is going to do what Kelsey Mitchell do. I'm not really worried about Kelsey Mitchell. To me, this team moves as Kelsey Mitchell moves. I know Caitlin Clark is the head of the snake. She distributes the ball, but if Kelsey Mitchell not on, they have a problem. And I think a lot of people glaze over that. When Kelsey Mitchell is not having a good game, Indiana has a problem because she is the gravity. Her ability to get a bucket at any time is the gravity. We already know what Caitlin gonna do. She gonna pull up from three. What I need to see from Caitlin is I need to see her not neglect her right side. She always going left. You got to be able to, for me to respect you defensively, I need you to start using your right side. People said she got bigger. She don't look like she got bigger to me. She looked the same to me. She's a great player.
It's called
She's
Photoshop, B.
Huh?
It's called Photoshop. Go ahead.
Oh, she's a great player. She's going to be able to distribute the ball. She's going to get her shots up. However she creates them. But Indiana is an interesting team to me. I'm not really scared of Aaliyah Boston in the paint. She has spurts as well. I love AB, but she has spurts as well. And then we supposed to be scared of Sophie Cunningham coming off the bench. I think the Brazil game had to help this team glaze over the fact that they struggled against the Washington Mystics. With Caitlin or without Caitlin, they struggled. The Washington Mystics could have won that game if Washington coach wanted it as bad as Stephanie White did. Stephanie White played Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull against a rotation that had one combined game altogether. And they won that game by 3. With or without Caitlin Clark, they struggled against an actual basketball team that they're going to see at least 4 times this season. Brazil, okay. Brazil is filled with high school and first-year college players. That's what they were supposed to do to them. They were supposed to blow them out by 100. But the actual game we got to watch is how they performed against the Mystics. So I'm just waiting to see how they perform with Caitlin Clark in the game against another WNBA caliber team. But like I said, they should be good offensively. Defensively, it's the same thing with the team. No perimeter defense. No, you got rim protection in AB, but if you can't stay in front of anybody and she foul out, who coming off the bench behind her? I like Michaela Timpson, but is Stephanie White gonna play her? Like, it's so many questions with this team, and I think we just gotta wait to see.
Man, look, more great points. Just added on to what Prince had to say. What you had to say about it, HD?
I'm gonna take a different angle. When they get in, is Natasha Howard wasn't really good to me last year. She was real bad. Like, she was getting beat down by all the rookie posts, like Angel, Aaliyah Edwards gave her some problems. And then she was hurt. Then all of a sudden she came back. They had their full team for the second half of the season, and they gave us a donut. They didn't do nothing. So now you're coming to Indiana. That's cool. I've never seen so many players give up drives to the lane in one game in my life. Like, every play was a drive to the lane. Like, it ain't matter who was in front of who. Like, Citron looked like she been in the league 5 years when DeWanna Bonner was guarding her. It was terrible. Like, DeWanna tried to, I guess, front her, and Citron only did a 1-2 and just got past her. Like, it was like me going against a 5-year-old or something. And then I guess they got Brianna Turner. I guess she's supposed to be their defensive person or supposed to come in and do something. Her offense is like an F to me. Her game has never gotten better each year. Tipson, like I told you, I watched Tipson in Florida State. Tipson plays good against those that are soft, that she knows she can dominate. But when somebody actually challenges her, she shrivels up from 6'2" to 5'2". That's her game. And then Jaylen Brown. Only time I remember Jaylen Brown was last year in preseason. She had a great game. Then she got hurt. And I haven't really heard from her ever again. She don't impress me. Sophie Cunningham's a dirty player. Let's just put it out there. She's dirty. She's only on the team because she gets away with grabbing people's legs and doing extra stuff, and she's white. Like, if she was Kennedy Carter's color, she would have been out the league 2-3 years ago. Like, let's just be honest. And Lexi Hull, I like Lexi Hull, but the issue is, Lexi Hole is a small defender. She's more of a, if I got another person next to me that can defend behind me who can help me, she's better at that. But as a one-on-one defender, she didn't do nothing in the Washington game. And then we saw Unrivaled. She was getting cooked in Unrivaled. She tried, but she got cooked. So there's no defense. So now Caitlin Clark, because everybody say I'm the Caitlin Clark hater. I don't care. I don't like her. I don't like her game. She plays zero defense. She was getting bodied by two small guards going into their first year of college next year. When they got to the post, they bodied her. If it wasn't for a help defense coming to help her, she would have been looking even worse. And you know what? I think she didn't play in that Mrs. game. And this is allegedly, this is me going off the rails because I'm going off the rails this show, Key. I apologize. I didn't think she wanted that smoke. I think Suge Martin and them would have gave her that smoke. She ain't want that smoke. She sat on the bench, wanted to be the best cheerleader, and she saw how Kiki was throwing her bodyguard down, and then Slim threw her bodyguard down, and then the Wana Bonner talking trash. The only reason she was talking trash, but everybody looking at you like Alyssa's not there no more. So you don't fear we're not afraid of you. We're afraid of your wife. So we're not afraid of you. So my thing is, this team is going to win because they're going to have the calls at home. They're going to be a fast break team. They'll do well against the teams below 5, but the teams above 5, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, like the Vegas and the Lynx and the Liberty. And if the Storm could get their pieces back, they get Malunga and them back, they're going to give them problems as well defensively. I think they're going to struggle. And I agree with Zoe and B. You slow the game down, they don't have really a half-court offense. Kelsey Mitchell is going to be the key this year. And how long is she going to last when teams are like, you know what? We ain't got to worry about you. We just going to beat up your little guard over here and force you to beat us. Then when it gets later in the game, she's shooting all these threes from half court. What's going to happen with the camaraderie? Because I believe all of this stuff is staged. It just comes off as staged like we're in a movie where they're like, this is the great white hope. This is her buddies right here behind her. They're going to protect her and help get her over the hump. Because I don't think she's a leader. I don't think she's a great team player. I don't even think she really messed with them. I just think it's all a show. And Stephanie White, everybody know you from being an assistant coach, and you had Tamika Catchings on your team. We don't know you. We know Tamika Catchings. And I don't get it. Like, I've never seen so much glaze for a team that had nothing last year. They didn't do nothing last year. They got to the playoff and got beat in both games because of what? Defense. So what did you add on defense? You got rid of a defender. Now you got Timpson. Timpson supposed to be your rim protector. Timpson was getting smoked in the ACC last year. So where's your defense going to come from on the perimeter? Like, where's your defense going to come from in the post consistently? And AB, I love AB because she a Gamecock, go Gamecocks, but she's been digressing to me. I don't see the AB I saw her first year. When she came in, she actually was playing. Now it's like, I don't see it no more. It's like, do you have the fire to play still, or did Dawn have to put her foot up your butt to play? So what is it? Sorry for ranting, guys. That I had to get that out because I'm just tired of all this. We're christening a team. Like, if this was the Aces, I'm cool with that. If this was the Liberty, I'm cool with that. The Lynx, you're the Fever. You ain't done nothing since Catchings left your building. So I'm good. Thank you, Key.
No problem.
HD.
Some more, man. We got a long scroll going, adding some more onto it. Go ahead, Showtime. You go on with your points.
Man, look, I think people just gotta come to grips, man. This is what it is. Caitlin Clark is great for the game because a lot of people like to see flash. She just like Tank Davis and is the boxing. Most casual fans don't know nothing about the sweet signs. They want to see knockouts. That's why they like Tank Davis. Now, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, you saw what she did. First of all, I want to say that I think it's great. I think it was I like the idea WNBA had Chicago Sky game played at LSU, Fever game played at Owl. That's great. I mean, I think that's great for sports. You don't really see that. I don't even see that in NBA like that. I saw that with Wemby, then they played in France. I thought that was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you like Caitlin Clark's style, you a Caitlin Clark fan, this is great for you. You know what I'm saying? You like a player like that, they can shoot logo threes, stuff like that. That the way she plays, that's your kind of player. If you like players that play on both ends of the floor, that brings that play with passion and competes and guards multiple players, Angel Reese your girl. I mean, that's just what it is. I think we just all got to come to grip with that. At the end of the day, all these players, Angel Wilson, the physical, they all special at what they do. Caitlin Clark, she pleased the casual fans. Now let's get to the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever to me reminds me of the Mike D'Antoni 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns. They're gonna score the ball a whole lot, but I watched that man. I told both of y'all before they even played the game, I was not sold on them as a championship team. And they're gonna be a playoff team. Championship, you got to play defense. When I saw Washington, they gave up a lot of penetration. If you move the ball side to side on them, you can get to the rack easy. Boston is a threat down in the paint. She can protect the rim, really good at that. If you put her some pick and rolls, you kind of can get her. The problem gonna be is they perimeter defense. That's gonna be their downfall. I really believe that. For like the offense, CC gonna be CC. She gonna come back. She gonna put on a great performance. She gonna shoot logo threes. We already know that. We understand it. For the casual fans, y'all gonna enjoy it. I hope y'all do. I hope she put on an MVP performance, and she pleased her fans. Now, as far as like basketball, I don't think Indiana Fever championship team. Nah, I don't think that. I look at their rotation outside of Lil Boston. They don't have a backup bench. Washington, the Washington game, I saw them play Bonner at the 5. They had Bonner and
Howard.
Natasha Howard.
Yep.
Speaking of Natasha Howard, I was telling you, I said, did you watch Natasha Howard last year?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't impressed with her defense. You know, Dallas didn't they have like the worst defense in the league? She was part of it. Did we forget that? I watched a lot of their games, most of their games. She's a step behind her. She's not the same player she was when she won defensive player of the year. DeWanna Bonner looks a step slow. Then you got to worry about, the obvious. Caitlin Clark is not a defender. Kelsey Mitchell not a defender. So how are you going to hide that? Stephanie White, there are going to be games where she's going to have to make some tough decisions. She's going to pull somebody. Somebody going to have to be benched. Now, we saw Caitlin Clark get benched last year at the end of the game for defense. Now, I think they're going to go through some ups and downs. I question if you got 2 players that used to be in the best scores on their team or second best scores. Are they cool with taking 5-6 less shots now and doing all the dirty work? Are they cool with that? We'll see. Because I know a lot of times in sports, when you go from having get to playing with freedom to now you got to sacrifice and you got to play totally different. That takes time. So we're gonna see. Sophie Cunningham, she's not an enforcer. She aggravates people. You know what I'm saying? She's what you call her? I can't think of the name.
Like a disruptor or something like that. Like
nah, she ain't no disruptor.
Sophie Cunningham?
Like yeah.
She's an irritant. That's what she is.
There you go.
She's an irritant.
She's not a.
They use that T word like they used it with.
Yeah, she's an irritant, and I don't even think she Patrick Beverly.
Irritant.
Look, I don't think she'll Patrick Beverly because Patrick Beverly gonna talk trash. He ain't gonna back down. I don't get that kind of feeling because I saw Kiki look at him. I saw Kiki get her that look, and Sophie don't. I don't think then. I saw Slim. I saw Slim kind of.
Man, Kiki Nigerian, man. She would have picked her up by one hand, bro. It'd have been over with.
It was the one show. She didn't have that same energy with Slim that she had with Kiki. Kiki the rookie.
I had to sit back and pay attention. I'm like, why they get on? Why they don't like so kind? She does little sneaky stuff. You ever watch Chris Paul? Mm-hmm. Chris Paul very sneaky.
Oh, dirty as hell. He dirty too.
Dirty stuff.
Yeah, he dirty.
I said, oh, okay, that's what's going on. So she does little sneaky stuff like that. I don't think she's some kind of info. I just think she likes to get under people's skin. That's cool. She's gonna have some games with hits. She making shots like she did against Washington. I expect Indiana to make the playoffs. I think people gotta lower the expectations though. If you expecting them to make it to the finals this year, I think y'all gonna be disappointed. I'm just being honest. I don't think their defense is good enough. I think CC gonna be CC. She's gonna continue to she's gonna continue to do what she do. Make her logo threes, excite the people. ESPN gonna talk about it. Like that's just what it is, bro. It's like Tank Davis. Every Tank Davis, it don't matter who Tank Davis knock out. He knocking out a bunch of bombs. We don't care if he fights Shakur. We just care he knock people out. When we get to start talking about championships, winning and playing defense, then we're gonna have to, I don't think she's ready for that conversation. But go ahead.
Oh man, y'all, laundry list, but all great and valid points. All great and valid points. Look, if you want to hear specifics, or more critique of the Chicago Sky versus Brazil, please go watch that stream on our channels, because we had all the critique on that live. So there's that. As far as the Indiana Fever, and these couple preseason games, just like the Sky, they're working out the kinks, obviously. But I've already said how I felt about the Chicago Sky, and the Fever roster this year. And the Fever roster to me has to do with optics, similar to me to the Chicago Sky as well. Now, how that works out for each team is, it remains to be seen. Sophie Cunningham is not an enforcer. To me, Sophie Cunningham was brought over again for optics. Now, DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard are good additions to the team as veteran leadership, them being champions. Stephanie White wanting to have them on the team and even Sydney Colson, you could say, for that type of leadership or mindset. So they are good additions, if you ask me. However, basketball, like on the court, I do think that they're a step behind, like the others on the panel has said. It doesn't take away from them being great players, going down in history, things of that nature. But currently, right now, I'm not sure that they are the players that take you to the motherland. You know what I'm saying? AB, I'm so glad HD said something, because I've been saying this. I'm like, it's just something about her where she leaves a lot to be desired sometimes. I don't know. And I don't know if she's still getting used to playing with this team or something, because in the Brazil game, she looked a little off. She struggled on simple things, pops, like just the simplest thing. It looked like she was struggling mentally as well. So HD, that was a great point, that it seems like she's regressing. Great big, but I feel like she's struggling a little bit for sure. Like you said, Kelsey Mitchell gonna be Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell being a game of her own a lot of times. And then like Prince going down the game, how is that gonna look? Will they be sharing the ball a lot more? Because Caitlin is a point guard who likes transition more than half court offense. It will be interesting to see how that works. They left a lot to be desired. That's what I'll say. But it's the same thing with the Chicago Sky to me. The Chicago Sky left a lot to be desired. We'll see what else pans out. But I've been saying, when the team came together, things were done, people were saying this is a super team. I never felt that way. Never felt like they were a super team. I never felt like they were a team to be feared. I'm sorry. I didn't feel like the Connecticut Sun was a team to be feared last year either. Like, so I just was never for like the hoopla of, oh, she got, you know, the Titans now. And so this year they're going to the championship. It's not like Asia Wilson went over there or something, you know what I'm saying, or something. I don't know. It's DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard, and Sophie Cunningham.
Key, who you trust key in crunch time with the ball in their hand, the lead them to the win? Out of all four of those that we named, who you trust the most?
Out of AB, DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, and
Caitlin. Mm-hmm.
That's hard. That's a great question. Damn, that is hard because DeWanna Bonner is
Caitlin.
Yeah, DeWanna Bonner is streaky as hell. Yeah. Natasha Howard is a no. AB is 2 in her head sometimes.
So it would be Kelsey Mitchell, right? Or Kate.
Kelsey Mitchell.
It would be Kelsey Mitchell, but you said 4. You didn't have her in there.
My bad. That's what I meant to say. Out of those 5.
There, my bad. If Kelsey Mitchell was there, absolutely. Kelsey Mitchell.
Okay. Okay.
For sure. Definitely. But I'm curious to see what
Caitlin Clark, man. I trust Caitlin Clark, man. I trust Caitlin.
You trust Caitlin? Okay.
Hey, look. All right, bet. I like that. But I am curious to see what Stephanie White does. Ultimately, she got like 2 or 3 years though. I tell you that she got 2 or 3 years. They don't fire her this year if they don't make it to the championship. But she got 2 or 3 years. And they gonna get her up out of there before Caitlin's rookie contract is up for sure if she don't bring them to the motherland. But I wouldn't think too hard about this team in this lineup. I think just like all the other teams, again, in the Chicago Sky, a lot of people are just putting on their tuxedos, trying to look good going into the 2026 blow up. I think they're really betting on getting their pieces in the blow up, just like everybody else, to take them to the motherland. So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, I think Caitlin will be way better off ball, but she's shown it's a struggle for her to be an on ball defender, and you're not gonna revamp that in a year. She's created a lot of bad habits. So it's a struggle.
You said on ball defender.
My bad. Off ball player. So sorry. Off ball player. Like, I think she'd be way better and more lethal. I would love to see that.
That's an off ball player.
Yeah, like Steph Curry type vibes.
I don't get them vibes though.
I think it's up to Stephanie White though, because she's never had to be an off-ball player.
I know.
When she's off-ball, she kind of look lost. But Stephanie she has the skill to be off-ball.
She does, cause she's better. Oh man, she's better shooting threes in motion anyway. So it's like.
So do you think she can ever? Because look, you either have that in you or you don't. Like you can't teach somebody to be off ball or teach them with the ball. You either got it or you don't. And I don't like Ionescu is off ball. She can play without the ball. She played like that coming up. Mm-hmm. Caitlin has been dominating the ball since high school, since she came out of mama's womb. She's not going to change overnight to say, I'm going to play off ball. I'm going to run through these screens. Now, if she does a flare and she comes out and shoot, then she'll catch and shoot like that. But as far as going all over the place, that's more Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey will do that, but I don't see her doing it.
I know. I hear you, but imagine they both doing that. I mean, that would just be crazy. I mean, it would be good. I just like good basketball. So I got you. But you gotta have it. I'm not saying I think she's gonna do that. I'm not saying I think they're going to do that. I think that I think old habits die hard. And so breaking her out of that and molding her into a different player, or just even adding things, is gonna take a little bit regardless. Like, even if it was like this year, we want you to be off ball, to expect her to just be that way immediately is a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would take time. But I think she would be better off. That's just my opinion. I agree with you. It is what it is. I think the team will be better. I think because
after this stream, go watch Steph Curry in college. Go watch him his junior year to his senior year.
But I think that leans into what Zoe was saying about Stephanie White. If you're a good coach,
she's not.
Think of Caitlin off ball coming off a double screen, a down screen.
But Christy Sides tried to last year. So what's the difference?
How many players gonna commit to that curl if she coming off that double screen?
But B, Christy Sides did everything last year to get her to come off the ball. She didn't do it. So what's the difference with Stephanie? Stephanie White ain't win nothing. She ain't got no resume.
That's what I need. That's why I need to see the coaching improvement.
All right.
The girl has talent, that untapped talent that I believe can be tapped into. No coach have been able to. All the coaches have failed into this.
Everybody's scared.
Yes, everybody's scared.
Bro.
Everybody's scared to mess up because their job on the line, and that's why I think it's almost a coin flip to go and coach her. Because if you go in there and you like, okay, I'm really going to coach her. I'm really going to steal basketball plays it to her. I'm really going to try to make her the best player she can be. That means that you're going to mess up because she's in a groove that's going to be hard to break. So it's not going to look pretty. But every coach don't have that luxury of it not looking pretty because the next season you're fired.
I'm gonna tell y'all what they trying to. God, I mean, I get it because Indiana Fever been in a rebuild for 15,000 years, so they're trying to force something.
Man, they ain't been rebuilding. They been trash, and they got lucky with Clark. They ain't been rebuilding.
Look, but what I'm trying to go ahead.
No, you good. You got it. I'm okay. I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but I'm finna be one. Chrissy Sides tried to make her do this last year. The whole year. And how is Stephanie White going to say, Caitlin, you're going to play without the ball, this part of the game, situational. How is she going to make her do it when Chrissy Sides couldn't make her do it? Nobody could make her do it. So what makes Stephanie White special? Because I don't see special from Stephanie White. I just think she's a coattail rider.
What we're saying is I believe she has the talent, but the coaches don't have the time to even work with.
That's what I'm trying to. Yeah.
Next season they're going to end up like Christy Sides. Fired. Christy Sides to me was not horrible. She was just trying to.
Besides that, look. Hold on. Go ahead, Showtime. Go.
But here's the thing, y'all. I was just HD. Y'all said what I was just finna say. I'm literally listening to Christy Side interviews. She was literally trying to get her to do all of this stuff. And all of the fans was giving her pushback, talking about, oh, why y'all playing off the ball? They're jealous of her. They're trying to take her out of the ball away from her and make it about everybody else. They're isolating her out. Y'all don't remember that?
That's all they did. So what's Stephanie White gonna do to say, Caitlin, you're gonna play off the ball? Like, what? All right.
I think they trying to.
We both just said it can happen, but the coaches don't have the luxury to do that because they're gonna end up like Christy Sides.
So you make my point, B. She ain't gonna change. You just made my point.
That's what I'm saying. So
I feel there. The coaches just don't have the luxury.
It's not about. Look, listen. Caitlin Clark's a great player. Okay, offensive player, whatever. I don't think she's a great player, but generally, she's a great player to the masses. If you want to win championships, she needs to play off the ball. She can't be dominating the ball and then expect a DeWanna Bonner or a Natasha just to snap out and just start going on these 3 to 5 or 8 to 10 points just all of a sudden. She's not going to do it, I'm telling you. If you can't get her to change her style, they're going to run into that problem all year because I don't see nothing changing. I think it's going to be the same thing. I think when she go to the bench, they're going to try to run more off-ball action. I think that's why they brought Sid in there. Other than that, I don't see her changing. She going to be the same Caitlin Clark run in transition, run, get in her buckets, and then when it's time for her to get off the ball, she ain't gonna like it. She gonna complain, and she gonna get back to doing what she did last year. So I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Look, all I was saying, I ain't saying they're gonna do it. Go ahead, Showtime.
She look more comfortable with the ball in her hands and letting her run the show. Me personally, because when I saw just me watching those games when Christy Side was having a play off the ball, she tried to do that. They didn't look comfortable. She couldn't get the best out of her. She kept telling her, be more aggressive, be more aggressive. It's like she wasn't comfortable. She's comfortable just being her show. Like, put the ball in Caitlin Clark's hands and everybody just y'all be Kelly Rowland. She gonna be Beyonce. I'm just being that's just what it looked like to me. So yeah. I'm a little kind of confused when y'all say, oh, all of a sudden Stephanie White gonna turn to Steph Curry. Y'all know Steph Curry, man. Look, this boy Steph Curry never slows down. He never stands in one spot. He's constantly moving. That. So that's kind of like
I already know that. Look, I'm not saying Stephanie White is going to turn her into her. All I said was that would be the best basketball she plays is if she's off ball. I didn't say it was going to happen. Okay. I didn't say they're going to make it happen. All I said was if they could do that, she will play better. The team will be better for it. She will be better for it. Now, maybe they'll never do it. Maybe they continue to try to win and appease her and her style and try to win around how she plays, because then you have to continue to build teams around her. If she plays like that, you got to keep building around her because of the way that she plays. And she struggles in half court offense, if you ask me. So you got to continue to build teams where she could play in transition. She does not have as great court awareness as people think, or court vision, as they would say. Just because she's great in transition doesn't mean that she has great court vision. But anyway, listen.
Hey, look, we can move on. But look,
yeah, for sure, definitely.
This is don't get the jersey might say Indiana Feed, but this the Indiana Caitlin Clarks. Don't get it confused. If her fans want her with the ball in her hands, them people gonna listen to them. If they want Stephanie White to wear Caitlin Clark Nikes, she gonna have to wear Caitlin Clark Nikes. You get in or you out. That's just what it is. Let's move on.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, look, all great takes. I'm excited to see what they do this season as well. And how everything plays out. So we'll see what they do. But let's get into another topic we have at hand. We want to talk about another preseason game with the Dallas Wings and the Las Vegas Aces. Paige's debut game. We got to see Isaiah James, Aaliyah Nye, Harmony Turner, Deja Kelly, JJ Quinterly, just to name a few rookies. A lot of rookies that game, now that I realize it. But now that we see that have a few additions like Dana Evans, how dangerous do we really feel like the revamped Aces will be? I want to give it over to Prince to start this one off.
Ace's biggest problem this year is going to be health and Drew Lloyd. If they can figure those two things out, nothing is standing in their way. They have everything. They have the best rookie shooter. They have the best player in the league, the GOAT, one of the top 3 players of all time, wherever you want to rank him at. They have the best coach in the WNBA. They have the best point guard in the WNBA. They have one of the top 5 2 guards in the WNBA. One of the top 5 best two-way players in the WNBA, Jackie Young. I mean, they have everything. Their bench, their big off the bench is a little skeptical. We need to see what that looks like. I was hoping Cheyenne would be able to play. We'll see what that looks like going into the latter part of the season. Their bench is really going to be their biggest issue, which I don't expect to play a lot. Again, most of them are fairly still in the middle of their prime. Age is literally still at the beginning of her prime. So benches don't worry me when your starting five is pretty much in the middle or beginning of their prime. So I'm not really too worried about their bench. Outside of Chelsea and Jackie Young, they really don't have a lot of injuries to the other players. I know Stokes got injured in the playoffs last year. But outside of that, the health and their bench is going to be their biggest problem. I don't see no one when the Aces are healthy and they can get Jewel Lloyd incorporated correctly. I don't see no team that actually matches up with them. Like pound for pound, skill set for skill set, position for position. No team actually matches up with the Aces. Like no team. Like you might say, well, this shooting guard might be better or this big might be better. But outside of just one or two matchups, like just pound for pound on the court, nobody actually matches up with them. The only way they don't win the championship is if they're there in their own way. I mean, Angel Wilson had the highest usage rate last season at like 30%, but that was because Chelsea Gray wasn't there. They depended on her to generate a lot of shots because Jackie Young went to the point guard and she couldn't get to her spots because Jackie Young is really an off-ball player. She's not an on-ball player. Nothing's in their way. I mean,
no team.
Jewel Lloyd could hold back the offense in the beginning. Them taking a step back, trying to make her feel comfortable. But outside of that, and perhaps a team with a deep bench, perhaps putting up 27 to 30 points on them, challenging them. Outside of that, I'm talking playoffs. Nothing in their way. Regular season gonna be what it is. I actually got Aces with the first or second seed going into the playoffs. So nothing's in their way besides them incorporating Jewel Lloyd in their bench. That's it.
This man waving his hand all
Yeah,
low.
I'm for the man waving their hand. Go ahead.
Let me know he stopped glazing the Aces.
Hey,
all I know is my team got 2 championships in the GOAT. That's all I know. And we got perhaps the GOAT coach. We perhaps got the GOAT coach. That's all I know.
I go Key.
Look. Hey, and it's funny. Hey, look, great points though. Great points. And it's funny because the take is shorter than I thought it was gonna be. But go ahead, Showtime.
You ain't lying.
Hey. I thought it was going to go for more like 45 minutes.
I mean, look, he got straight to it, precise.
Right.
That's championship pedigree right there, Zoe. I like it. Go ahead, Showtime.
You said no team is on a level. That's what you said? Okay. Well, sir, you're wrong. There's a team out there that has the reigning defensive player of the year, Nafisa Collier. They got Bueckers on the team that just lost in the finals. They're going to have something to say about that. And I got them. Well, look, we going to wait on that. Look, I think they're going to be in the conversation.
Hey, don't forget about our bet. We got a bet. Don't forget about our bet.
We're going to wait. We're going to wait. We ain't going to make no predictions. Look, we'll wait. Look, there's a team out there in Minnesota. I think you're disrespecting. That team is pissed off. They put the call in on them. Let's be honest. They put the call in on them. And Stewie got the luckiest foul call against us in WNBA history. It was absolutely disgusting. Minnesota Lynx should be the defending champions going into this season, but they had to put the call in. You had Kat Engelberg showing up with New York City. All of a sudden she put on a New York City dress. All of a sudden in Liberty colors. Yeah, they put the call in. They disrespect the old fee, and old fee went to unravel, and she put it in their face that y'all can't guard a one-on-one, and other than Angel, and she showed everybody that she's the second best player in the league, and Angel Wilson got to see it. By the way, those matchups last year showed me the Minnesota actually can play. They can actually match up very good against the Aces. I'm just saying. Go ahead, though.
Key, what are we doing, Key? Key, what are we doing? Key, what are we doing? What are we doing? I was quiet. I've been quiet the whole show. What are we doing? What are we
talking
doing?
basketball.
Showtime. How does a team that nobody even expect to make it to the championship got a chip on their shoulder? They were lucky to be there. Nobody had the links. Nobody had the links going to the championship.
I picked them. I picked them to make it to the finals. That ain't true. That is not true. You're capping. I picked them to make it to the finals. I had the Aces beating the Liberty. I picked them to play against Minnesota. I'm on record saying this.
To begin the season.
Bro, yeah. During the season, I was saying that.
No, to begin the season.
But
when they was in training camp.
We didn't do a prediction show training camp.
That's what I'm talking about. You're talking about what you were saying. The Lynx did not go into the 2024 season saying sir. Nobody in the offseason, Showtime. Go show me a clip of somebody in the 24 offseason saying the Lynx were going to the championship.
I picked the Aces to beat Minnesota in the championship game. I had them going. I just had them lose to the Aces. I thought Angel Wilson they were going to three-peat. New York had different plans. But all that being said, sir, New York made easy work out of the Aces. We got to be honest. And those matchups I saw between Minnesota and Las Vegas Aces, they look outmatched. They didn't have a bench to compete with the Aces. The Fiza Collier, I'm not gonna say she's on Angel Wilson level, but she's right there. She's showing she's number 2.
Hey, we watched 2 different series, man.
Look, the regular season. What was the score? What was the season?
Hey, Showtime.
What was the season?
Showtime. The Liberty Aces had a smaller point differential than the Minnesota Lynx and the Liberty. What are you talking about?
Who was number 1?
Showtime. If any team, Showtime. If any team in the WNBA, can everybody on this panel agree with me when I put this into perspective? If anybody in the WNBA should have a chip on their shoulder, it's the Aces. It's literally the Aces.
Who was in the finals?
It's literally the Aces. They weren't healthy last year, and everybody counted them out. Everybody is right now got Caitlin Clark winning the MVP over Angel Wilson.
Which is blasphemous.
Which is disrespectful.
Aces got everything going against them right now. Nobody think they got a true center. Nobody believe in their bench. Nobody think Jewel Lloyd is going to work better than Kelsey Plum. They got everything going against them. Everything.
Prince, to add to that, they already got Caitlin as a better point guard than Chelsea Gray.
Everything going against them. They got everything. Everything.
They have Caitlin ranked above Chelsea Gray, bro.
HD, be honest, HD. Key and B, because I know y'all got to go too. This is my last thing I'm going to say. Be honest, even when you think about the coaching, nobody this offseason has mentioned Becky Hammond. Nobody.
At all. And it's crazy.
The whole Aces franchise got a chip on their shoulder. What are we talking about?
Who's a better coach, Cheryl Reese or
Angel Wilson literally said at Showtime. Angel Wilson said, literally, I can pull up the press clipping. In their first training camp, she got on the mic, and the first thing she said was, y'all counting us out? I'm here to prove it. That's all she said.
Bro, Cheryl Reeve had a lot of stacked teams in that 2000 teams, bro.
Oh, come on.
That saved her, bro. That kind of saved her. Because look, you had Maya Moore, Simone Augustus, Rebecca Brunson, Sylvia Fowles. I'm just going to hold it there. I'm just saying, bro. Her team, listen, you got 2 of them going in the Hall of Fame together right now.
But I don't like every time. I don't see when y'all don't. Sometimes I don't know if it's y'all specifically, but people, period. When y'all don't like a coach or don't necessarily care for a coach, then it's the team is stacked. I don't.
But when did I say I didn't like her though? When I said I didn't like Cheryl Reeve, I never said I didn't. I just think she runs a system. She picks the players for a system. She can't coach to me outside her system unless she has like a bunch of good, high IQ, great players. I haven't seen it.
It's so good. So running is not good coaches. What?
You ready for an honest take on the Aces?
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't hear Zoe. He glazed it a little bit. Some of the things I agree with, but then we added a little glaze on top of it. The Aces look good. The Aces look good. I agree that this is probably one of the better starting lineups. Outside of Kia Stokes, they can go pound for pound with almost any team outside of Kia Stokes. Kia Stokes is the liability to me because she just don't look like a fit in that starting lineup. The season where they won the championship, she at least played defense. Now she just look discombobulated. So I would like them to fix that problem. But they don't necessarily have to fix that problem because of the four people that's in front of her. I agree with Zoe when he said Jewel Lloyd may be the deciding factor in how far this team goes. She's so streaky. But I don't want to write her off yet because Jewel Lloyd plays better when she don't have to be the star. In every situation where she didn't have to be the star, she played her best basketball. And in this situation, she don't have to be the star. So I'm expecting her to play better basketball. Probably not her best because her time is coming, but probably better basketball. And better basketball in the lineup with the Aces don't even have to be 17 points. She can give them a good 12 to 13 points and it changed the trajectory of this team. A healthy Chelsea Gray changes the trajectory of this team. A healthy Jackie Young changes the trajectory of this team. Angel Wilson is who Angel Wilson is going to be. She's going to be great again. She may even have another one of those seasons. But I think for the Aces' sake, you don't want her to have another one of those seasons because that means everybody else around her is doing better. Last season, she had to have that season because everybody else around her was just injured or not productive at all. As far as the bench, I would probably lean more towards Deja Kelly and Aaliyah Nye for me. Deja Kelly, to me, is the best point guard coming off that bench as a backup. Dana Evans is not a point guard.
Hell no.
Kelly already have her beat in that aspect because she is a true point guard. She's the best point guard coming off the bench in that lineup. But if the Aces decide they want to move Asia down to the 5 and add Aaliyah Nye to that starting lineup, I think that starting lineup would be absolutely amazing. That starting lineup will be absolutely
bringing Jewel Lloyd. Bring Jewel Lloyd as the 6th woman off the bench. Okay, listen, it's my turn. Hold on. Yeah, listen, that's what I was thinking too. Look, I said it earlier on the show I did. I like Jewel coming off the bench. I think she would be way more lethal. I think she'll have more dominance of the ball to do what she does. And you can have her in the game if you want to do that Ginobili thing where she ends the game. I think if she does that, you put Nye there, I think that team will be, because I still got them 1. I got them number 1 going in the season. I don't care what anybody say. So I think that will make them even more deadlier because you'll have Lloyd coming off the bench. Nobody will be in her way. She could do what she do. Then you don't necessarily have to not let her play at the end. It's about, to me, who finished. I never cared about who started. Care about who finished. So if she finishes, they could be up on a lot of teams and they could win a lot more games to me. And Deja Kelly, I don't know why people hate on you. Deja Kelly is a solid point guard. She knows how, when she's out there, it's easy for everybody else to do what they got to do. You don't have that point guard by committee. She gives them a floor general. So I want that with the bench they had. And if you do decide to bring Dana back, Dana will feel more comfortable with her than just coming off the bench with Harmony. I love Harmony. I think Harmony needs to get some more muscle on her, and I think she'll be fine, but I think she's too light in the butt. So that's what I would go with the Aces. Now, number 2, I got the Liberty. I think the Liberty could be a big threat to them depending on how they mesh together, because I still think that Lainey Hamilton injury is going to really hurt them. But it might not because you still got Burke. They got the other girl along with Sherrod, and then you got Natasha Cloud, who's probably one of the best perimeter defenders at the guard position. So they could give them trouble as well. And then you got Stewie back. Stewie had a hurt meniscus all last year, and they still got it done. And now you got Ionescu feeling more comfortable in offense. She'll be able to run off her screens, do what she does. Now, the Lynx, my issue with the Lynx, the reason why I don't pick the Lynx is without Kayla McBride, and I haven't seen them add nothing to the bench. If you're telling me they're going to give Miller and Peely and them other girls a shot, then I'll be like, okay, I could see it. But then McBuckers has to come back. I got to see how she is when she come back, because she's been playing ball for a whole year. That wear and tear could catch up to you. So I got them 3 or 4. A team that could give them problems but ain't going to beat them or nothing. The Storm got a lot of size coming back. Malunga's playing this year. You got also Ezzy Magbeger. Every time Ezzy goes against those top 3 teams, she gives them trouble in the paint. You also got Gabby Williams. Skylar's good. Their bench is the only concern. Everyone's talking about Sundale. I think Sundale's going to be fine. It was just the first game. So I think with Sundale coming in off that bench, that's going to be size. That's going to give pressure to the Aces as well. So I got 3 teams for certain. I would pick the Mercury. I can't. They don't have no bench. Who gonna come off the bench? Who scares the Aces with that? Aces gonna beat them easy. And they own Alyssa Thomas. Let's just be for real. They got Alyssa Thomas number. And then who else we got? That's about it to me. Nobody else to me could actually play the Aces. It's just those teams. Because the Fever don't play defense. Clark 2 ball dominant. The Sky, I still don't trust Marsha or Jeff P yet. I gotta wait. So I'm still not on the trust train with them. So I'm not gonna put them. The Dream, if you're telling me Brianna, even if you put one of the bigs off the bench, and now they added Cheyenne Sellers, that could be something, but I don't trust Ron Howard. Ron Howard is she's the most mind-boggling superstar I've ever seen in my life. It's like she's good. She looks like the best player on the team. Then the next 5-6 straight nights, Alicia Gray looked like the best player on the team. And I love Alicia Gray, but I can't have her as my best player. It got to be Ron for me to win. And I just don't trust it. Jordan Canada's too light in the butt. So she needs to they need to find somebody to replace her. So, like I said, I only got 3 teams that could challenge the Aces. That's the Liberty, the Lynx, and the Storm. Everybody else, I think, is a cakewalk. I got them number 1 going to the season. I got them in New York for another round for the championship.
Okay, cool. All great points, HD. All great points. You was putting your hand up, Showtime? Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying I got the Liberty first, though. I got the Liberty first. Is Aces and Lynx gonna battle for that 2 seed. I like the Liberty roster a little bit better.
Granted.
Okay. But listen, those are all great points. As far as them, the Aces revamping, I think they're moving in the right direction. I definitely think they're moving in the right direction, especially if they can figure out what to do with Jewel Lloyd. The off the bench is interesting. The only reason why I think that, I just can't see her doing that. I can't see her coming off the bench. A lot of players, I don't know why they feel like an indictment on them coming off the bench. So I can't see Jewel Lloyd coming off the bench as a 6-man for real. But that was a great. I feel like that was. I feel like I hear what y'all like.
B took my point. Forget B.
But like when they won the championship, like Bierica was coming off the bench and she could be a starter on another.
Candace Parker too.
So I get where y'all are going with that. I just feel like I don't see it actually happening. But they do look good. I did like what I saw from Deja Kelly and from Aaliyah Nye. Boy, that Aaliyah Nye already making a name for herself. Rookie year, making a name for herself, looking good, hitting them shots, man. Was just bombing them. Confident. She looked confident. She looked comfortable out there. So that's good. Look, the Aces is definitely top 3. this year. I don't know where they land. I think all three teams, funny enough, have like little things that could hold them back, and it's really up to them to get over the hump. Minnesota Lynx have stuff to worry about. New York has stuff to worry about, and so does the Aces. So I wonder how they kind of operate around that to make it over the hump. But the Aces look good, and they have a healthy Chelsea Gray. They're revamping, and Prince, you were right, man. Chips on shoulders. Look, Becky is like, my job is on the line because the lawsuit, them not winning last, like so many things. I know she has to make sure she does a great job this year and at least gets them to the championship at the very least. You know what I'm saying? And they give her another year, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, let her finish out her contract and actually revamp the contract. So, you know, she knows what she has to do this year. And then, I mean, I just can't count out a team with Asia Wilson on it. You know, I struggle to do that, and what she's going to do. And I know how she get down when she put her mind to something. So it's definitely something to be seen when it comes to them. And I'm excited to see what else they do in the future. But speaking of these rookies looking good, man, JJ Quinterly was on one too, by the way. JJ Quinterly was on one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, your girl Nye B need to get her shuffle on. She got to get her legs under her, dog. What was going on defense?
Who was up? That was Chelsea Gray on Quinterly, or was it Nye? Or was
it was Nye. She know it was Nye. That's why she scratched her nose.
Kelly. It was Deja Kelly, I think. It was Nye.
Oh no. Kelly got her back. Kelly got her back after that one move she did. Kelly came back down, gave her that bump and that little elbow shot. Yeah, Deja said you too small. Yeah. Deja said you too small, B.
He was taking on offense and defense quickly. I like JJ quickly. But Aaliyah and I, it's gonna come. That shooting.
Beast.
That shooting is what's gonna keep her
nasty to be that confident that early. I love to see it. But look, there were some WNBA cuts. You know what I'm saying? One by one, y'all tell me the one surprising cut that y'all saw. And why y'all thought it was surprising. There was a few made even as recently as Bree Hall was cut earlier today. You had Sellers, etc. I know y'all always in the know, so I'm not gonna list them all off, but each one of y'all tell me who was the most surprising and why. Just real quick rundown.
Mine was I know it's gonna be not known, but mine was Tilly. I thought Tilly would have got another shot, and they kind of got rid of her fast. Like I guess because I didn't like what Alex Wilson was doing. Like, she's okay, but I thought Tilly out of all of them did pretty well, and I thought she deserved to get another shot to try to make the team like later on. But I understand it's a business. You know, that's the one person I felt like.
Okay. What about you, B?
Sellers. Man with Cheyenne Sellers. Hands down, and for Natalie to get on the internet and speak on why she made the move was the wrong move. First off, as a GM, you really shouldn't have to explain yourself to anybody.
It was an interview.
To get in the interview and then say she picked up everything we asked, so that wasn't the point. She did everything we asked, so that wasn't the point. It's not about choosing the best 12. But it's about the 12 that's going to fit. So she was the better talent, but the 12 that's going to fit, you got a whole new team. Don't nobody fit.
Right. Facts.
Nobody fit. So I'm calling BS. You just said that she was the best talent at point guard, that she willing to learn and change, and she was willing to pick up everything. So what was the point of cutting her before y'all even played a game? Y'all haven't even played a game. You ain't seen nothing in real time. So I just think it was a BS move. And to get on an interview, get in somewhere, and then explain why you cut her and explain it like that. Come on now. You just told us she was the best talent at point guard. Nobody on point guard on that team is better than Cheyenne Sellers.
Yep. Facts.
Nobody.
Facts.
And then to get in the interview and say that, Natalie, come on now. Save it. You didn't even have to speak on it. You could have just said, "Cutter, we
Yep.
wish her well," and move on. But to explain it like that, you just added fuel to the fire. Now everybody looking at you weird
Yep.
because nobody on your team fits. This is a new team.
Right.
This is a new team.
And look, I know Kate Martin's popular, but she ain't better than Cheyenne Sellers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Cheyenne was the shocking one for me. And to show how shocking it was, she wasn't even on waivers for a day. She got picked up.
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing? But yeah, Cheyenne Sellers was very shocking to me.
Atlanta said, "Come on down. Come on down."
And what about you, Zoe? What was the shocking cut for you? Who was the shocking cut for you and why?
Mine's was Bree Hall, and that's because of expectations. Like Cheyenne Sellers would be a close second, but Valkyrie didn't have no expectations, and I don't really know where they're going with that team. So she a close second because it was shocking that it wasn't an injury kind of thing. Because for her to get picked up within 24 hours, let you know no injury report was there. It was just like.
Hey, Prince, they came out with the injury report, Prince. They came out like right after they released her. They came out and said that she cleared all medical history and currently.
Yeah. So I don't know what the Cheyenne Seller thing is, but close second. But for me, it's Bree Hall. Just because of all the cuts, I went off of a team that had Fever have high expectations this year of at least getting to the semis, right? Like that's the bar, like the semis at least. Because they made the first round last year, right? Even though they didn't win a game, they made the first round. Bree Hall is gonna come back to bite them because no one on that team. Look, see, people got to get out of this just offense kind of stuff. I hear a lot of people talk about Bree Hall, and that lets me know they don't understand. You need people on your team that are going to do things that your stars won't. Again, I don't care if they selected Bree Hall undrafted. What Bree Hall would bring to the Fever if they allowed her to would really help the Fever because no one on their wing, in their backcourt period, can play her type of defense and do the dirty work that she does. Look, spare her minutes between Kelsey Mitchell and DeWanna Bonner. I know you got to play Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham, but their skill sets are specific. Bree Hall has a specific skill set too. When you're down in the game and you really need energy, put Bree Hall out there and say, go be a dog and guard the other team's best wing. Like that's what the Fever need. So I don't look because I know we got to go. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hall are great hustle players, but they're not your end all be all defensive players, if that makes sense. They're gonna give you great hustle, they're gonna give you bang for your buck. I've played with players like them. They don't do what defensive players do, they do what hustle players do. Defensive players make a difference in wins and losses. Hustle players bring energy that just makes you feel better. They hustle like they needed Bree Hall on their defensive backcourt just because of what she can bring, limiting other team shot selections. Like that's why I think Bree Hall is the biggest cut that might come back to bite them.
Okay. What about you, Showtime? What's this? Who's the surprising cut for you and why?
Man, Bree Hall. I wasn't expecting that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. They got Bree Hall. That made me nervous. I'm like, damn, they got Bree Hall.
It did.
That made me nervous. You get a man. I like Bree Hall. Was she would have brought to the Fever exactly what they need. They need somebody that's gonna be physical, defend most positions. You let her go. Damn. That just show you like people don't value defense enough. Look, trust me, y'all. 3-pointers from the logo, it looks good. It's pretty. It's you fascinated about that kind of stuff. But anybody that knows basketball, not just the stats. You're not watching the stat lovers, they don't understand Bree Hall. They wouldn't understand her. What she brings to the game is not going to show up on the stat sheet. She would have been a great fit for their team. I don't see how. No disrespect, but Brianna Turner she made the team over. She made the team. Miss. I love the Miss Professional. Miss Professional made the team over a defensive talent like Bree Hall. Man, it's like the Indiana Fever don't like defense. They cut old girl last year. What was her name?
Les Taylor. I was just gonna say that.
Les Taylor.
Bree Hall was cut before she got
getting rid of defense. My love, y'all need defenders. Y'all think
who's their person? And this is what I ask every Fever fan. Who is your person who gonna take that player in the fourth quarter where you need stops? That player, you don't have them. You don't have them.
Hey y'all.
You don't have them.
All of a sudden, Brianna Turner is some kind of game changer. What is she?
Man, what is she gonna sit on the bench just like your last?
What is she? She gonna sit on the bench. She gonna pass out Gatorade and towels. Let's just be honest.
Look, bro, Bree Hall was cut before she got drafted.
Look at man.
It was the wrong situation for her.
Yes, big time.
If the Aces didn't have Tiffany Mitchell, I would be rooting for the Aces to go get her. But we got Tiffany Mitchell.
Yeah, Tiffany, man. Yeah,
man,
they were never picking Bree Hall over Lexi Hall, and Sophie Cunningham. That was the problem.
Well, they had to keep. Well, they had to keep. My bad, show. Let me get this off real quick. They had to keep Lexi Hall because she's on a protected deal. If she wasn't on a protective deal, I would have got rid of her and kept Hall. That's just me personally. I don't see the love for Lexi Hall. I just don't see it. I never seen it. She's okay, but if I could find somebody who do what she do better, so it's whatever.
And this is the thing too.
That better.
To me, Prince, he telling y'all the truth though, bro. A lot of them players they do got that's supposed to be defenders, man. They just play hard, bro. They not stoppers, man. Lexi Hall is not a stopper. Sophie Cunningham.
Look, I hate to throw my basketball card out there. I hate to do it, but I'm telling y'all, watching stuff on TV and being in a locker room and seeing both of those type of players, I didn't play with both of those type of players. Bree Hall brings something that those two don't. I'm telling you, on TV, it looks good. The hustle player looks good. But guess what that hustle player is? They never in the right spot, and they never will get a. You ever notice this when you watch a team? That hustle player never gets a stop when you need it. You ever notice that?
Never.
The hustle player never get a stop when you need it. You ever notice that? It's the defensive player that gets the stop. You ever notice that?
I done broke plenty TVs.
I don't want to make.
I done broke Prince. I'm glad you said it. I broke plenty TVs off of that. Trying to tell everybody the same thing you just said.
I don't want to make these people mad, but I'm gonna make them mad anyway because I know we got to go. But Sophie, ask Sophie Cunningham about Kalia Copper in the in Chicago Sky Championship series. The girl can't play defense, dog. The girl can't play defense. Ask Kalia Copper. The girl can't guard, but they weren't here long enough to know that. They think they got something with Sophie Cunningham. She was getting cooked. She gonna continue to get cooked. She don't play defense. I'm not even a small fan, but I think Paul would have been better than them. Lexi Hall take a layup, dog. Let's keep it a buck.
Hey B, what Kalia Copper did? She said to him, like, you can't guard me.
But you gotta understand, like, Dejanay Carrington, she's a dog. She gonna, you can put her on any perimeter score, she gonna slow them down.
Yes.
I don't see that with Sophie Cunningham. If she was really that type of player, she wouldn't be on the bench.
Showtime. I know we gotta go. Showtime. I know we gotta go. Ask the Fever fans where Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham was when Citron was out there looking like an all-star. Where was their defense? Where was their defense when Citron was out there looking like an all-star? They posted Sophie Cunningham points. Why they didn't post her defensive rating? They posted her points. Go post her defense. Go show them defensive clips when Centron was out there cooking her. Go show them clips right there. Come on, man. We gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop.
I'm just saying. Okay, if she's a stopper, like I say, where's the where the footage at? Who does she stop? Who does she build her name off of? Her, Lacey Hall. Y'all know I mess with Lacey Hall, but I know what kind of player she is though. She just play hard. She not gonna stop anybody. She gonna make you work a little bit, but great scores. She's always gonna get cooked eventually, bro. She gonna have little small moments like we saw no rival, but she can't overcome the fact that she just don't have. She's not a superior defender. It's cool. Look, good player. She can be on my team. I like Lacey Hall. She can play on my team, but I think Sophie Cunningham overrated. I'm gonna be honest. Look,
ain't no it,
based on what I saw, based on what I've been watching with her, she overrated, and that's the reason why she's coming off the bench. Why nobody else cashing in on her, always spending money on her for her to start on 18? She was coming out the bench. She was coming out the bench last year behind who? On Chicago.
Becca Allen.
Okay.
Becca Allen.
Okay. So her defense ain't that special. So
no.
Let's be honest. Now let's get to this. Back to Bree Hall now. You telling me Bree Hall's not going, she can't provide anything. Look, forget the scoring. Just put her on the court and let her use all her energy to guard Joelle Lord, guard Arike, guard Chelsea Gray. You feel what I'm saying? Skylar Diggins-Smith. You have no role for that. Same thing with the girl last year. I don't get this organization. I understand you want to please fans. It seems like to me, this is what I feel like. I feel like they GMs are making decisions based on what the casual fans want to see. They want to see offense. Okay, you can have all the offense in the world, but eventually, when you continue to lose and losing pile up, guess what it's gonna come back to? Defense. When Bree Hall go to another team and she showcase what she brings to the court, guess what they're gonna say? We should have never got rid of her. Go ahead.
Look at Celeste Taylor last year. She changed. She went there to Phoenix and she did what she had to do. That's why she's on the team this year. So, and I don't know. I don't understand it.
And I want to say this. I don't feel bad for Cheyenne Sellers. I hate she has to go through this. Mm-hmm. It's just a very unfortunate situation. You know, there's only so many jobs in the league. But man, I'm just hoping she finds a home. Atlanta they claim off the waivers. Whether that's the stop or not, I just hope she finds a home. Very talented player. And man, I wish her the best.
Facts. All great points on Bree Hall and Cheyenne Sellers. I personally don't have like a shocking person or anything like that. I won't lie. I feel like I'm not really that shocked by Cheyenne Sellers or Bree Hall, to be honest. I feel like Bree Hall was cut before she made the team, just like HD said. So I'm not really shocked by it or surprised. And I'm not shocked by Cheyenne Sellers either. So I don't really got no shocking ones this week. Maybe Tim, but you might be on something with HD with Tilly. Like she would have thought she got maybe another game or so.
I thought she would. I think she deserved another game. Like she really. See, people don't watch. They cut it off and they just look at. She did some things on that court that I think could have helped us out. But hey, I hope she lands on her feet somewhere else. I hope so.
For sure. I mean, listen, the message is the same thing as every year, which is the league needs to expand, and it is, and it's going at a rate that it has to go at. And so it's unfortunate to see these players cut. All great players, all deserve a shot, a real chance per se. That's what I definitely hate, is that they don't get like a real chance to showcase themselves. So we really hope that changes. I'm sure, Bree Hall will get picked up by another team, get another chance as well. We see Cheyenne Sellers already got picked up by the Dream. So interested to see how she looks there. At least see her play a game.
Turn your LSU off a little bit, Key. Turn your LSU off.
Come on.
Talking about my dog Bree. You talk about my dog Breezy. Turn your LSU down a little bit. That's all I'm asking.
I think she gonna get picked up by another team.
I didn't like the way you said it. It was like you
tone I
had to
said
say
it with. Like I skipped over it quickly because
Man,
it's not really none of my business.
man, HD man.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I love you,
hey,
B. I love
You
you,
know too
B.
much. You know, I don't
fans
even
is
like
gonna be
who you
I
fans.
are.
love you, B.
totally
I love
understand.
you.
I totally understand. But look, I know she gonna get picked up. None of my business either way. We keep it pushing. Yeah, I definitely hope all of that changes. Where these players get a real chance to showcase their talent or lack thereof. Just get a real chance, to be honest. But this week coming back into the WNBA has been good preseason games, getting to see some talent. But we got the Chicago Sky versus Minnesota Lynx tomorrow. And that's gonna be the game that tells us a lot more for sure. So I'm sure I'll have a lot more critique then. If you know me, listen, I go game by game. Whatever I see in that game, I'm gonna call it out. And even if it's my team, I'm gonna be honest about how I feel about it. And so tomorrow, I'm really interested to see us go against an actual WNBA team and see how we look. It's gonna be great. But any final words from the panel before we get up out of here?
I'm just
Hey,
glad it's
be
back.
cool, have a good night, and you
Glad
clowns
it's back.
we see y'all.
Yep.
Hey man, look, we come get y'all great content no matter if you like it or not. Some people gonna feel some kind of way, but you gotta understand. Like, I just want to tell y'all this. Look, you can't be so sensitive when it comes to women basketball, bro. You know, look, bro, we here to bring logic to the community. You know, bring real basketball talk. No narrative. We ain't got to brown the narratives. We gonna give y'all the real. Make sure y'all tune in every single week, every Monday. Lock in with us. Subscribe to everybody's channel. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Look, yeah. Zoe, you got any last words?
No, man. Look, all Chicago Sky Post games is on IMZO Media. Pull up. We be cutting up over there, man. You already know what it is.
Look, listen, make sure you hit the like button. Listen, it was like 150 of y'all in here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to all channels. Hit all notification button on all channels. Don't think just because you come here on Mondays and check us out, you got all of our thoughts and stuff. We all have our own channel, have our own stuff going on, but we got different things that we're doing and thoughts on things. So make sure you subscribe to Showtime on Jesus Christ. Showtime, say your channel. I'm having a tongue.
On sports.
On point sports. My bad, I'm having a tongue time.
The hard pill to swallow.
All of that. So Showtime on point sports. You got HDIITV.
We cover the game.
Diabolically nuts. I am.
These sports buzz. Okay. And then you know what I'm saying? We got WBB Universe and I Am Zoe Media. Go to all channels, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Listen, y'all don't want to miss episode 7 though, because we're gonna get into a really juicy topic. So make sure you're here next week, episode 7. It's about to go up. Y'all gotta be there. So make sure y'all come through. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and keep watching. The trolls keep coming through. Keep watching. We love y'all here. I love trolls. You just don't know. Keep coming through. And the supporters, the faithful subscribers and supporters of this channel, continuing to help us grow individually and on here. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all so much. And bro, guy, you couldn't go toe to toe with my dog. Close this out, Showtime.
Well, go toe to toe with somebody already cooked. Oh,
come
man,
on, let's close it out. We gotta go. Y'all have a great night.
You got to play basketball first to even talk to me. I don't debate people that ain't play basketball. I'm sorry.
Man, you can't
Hey,
even
we
say
out of
that
here. We out of
sometimes.
here.
You
We out of here.